cool part about this is it's free. It was bought by Google a number of years ago, and they just put it out for free. And it's something that, for my art classes, we've had architects come in and talk about how they use it because it's such a free, it's easy, free program, and they'll use it to make quick models of stuff for clients. So it's a really great special program that's for free. So you're going to open it up, and every time you open it up, it's going to ask you to pick this stuff here, and you really don't want to change anything. You just want to keep it at feet and inches. You say start using SketchUp, and then the next screen is going to be this lady that's standing in the middle. Oh, I didn't want to do that. So that lady that's there, she is there for scale. And you want to keep her there, even though you might not want her to be a part of your project. She's there to help you know how large or small something is that you're making. Alright, so quick, I'm just going to show you the tools. They're easy to use. At the top, all the blue tools are navigation tools. And so all these also are on your mouse and are shortcuts. So if you press in the scroll button, I don't know if you knew you could do that. Look what happened. Well, scrolling in and out, zooms in and out. But if you press in the scroll button, it turns to that orbit tool. And then that lets you kind of move around. If you press in the scroll button and the left click at the same time, it turns into a hand, and that lets you move. So that's just something that once you get to using it a bunch, you'll use as a shortcut. But you can also go up here and click on it if you want. So zoom, hand, orbit are all there, and I'll show you what that means in just a second. All right, so drawing tools are right here, and the easiest one kind of to start with is a rectangle, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle next to this lady. And then you can see when I orbit, it's just two-dimensional. So this is an infinite plane. It goes infinitely in the, what would that be, x-axis? Blue axis is the y, and then z, I don't know.
Z is the depth.
Yeah, and so it goes in all directions in infinite amounts. You have to define the space. That's what I just did. And then I'm going to use this push-pull tool, which is one of the manipulating tools, and it's going to pull it up and make it three-dimensional. So now I can go, and I haven't played these games before, but people tell me it's like Minecraft and SimCity and those kind of things. Like, is it? I don't know. So it's the same kind of idea where you can move and manipulate all those. So you're making a library. I'll just show you with just creating design. I can now take the line, which is just the pencil here, and I can draw. I'm going to make like a contemporary museum. Just draw some lines on here. And now I can take my push-pull tool and push and pull out those different parts. So from there, I can create this crazy, unique design for the facade just by, making a few lines. To create doors, stuff like that, you just have to draw those, and you can give them depth, right, like that. You can go around, well, we'll stay on the front here. You can take components, which is this paint bucket here, not components, but paint bucket, and that, just like Microsoft Paint, lets you fill, but instead with a material. So if you want part of your building to be brick, for example, you can fill in with that material. If you want it to be, anything, there's all kinds of options. I want it to have a wood door. I want there to be some type of stone on it. Let's do this one. It's not perfect in detail, but it looks pretty good. You have to go through and do all these different parts. But, okay? If you want to do the inside, you go to the back and you right-click aside and press hide. You can go inside, and you can take things like carpets. You can make it wood. You can make it any material. You can paint the walls. You can do any of that stuff. So this is an infinite, again, plane. So if I want this to have like sidewalk and other parts, you have to define that space. So I'm going to draw a rectangle, and then from there I can make like, here's a road, and I'm defining all these parts. The sidewalk, and here's the plot of land that this is on. Then I can go back to my materials, and I can choose, I want this to be concrete, right? I want this to be a type of asphalt. I want this to be on this rock stuff. I don't know, you choose the materials. This to be this grass somewhere here, vegetation, I think. There you go. This could be, and again, it's not. It's kind of like looks like it's from 1990, but it's it's something to kind of give you a model. And again, architects, engineers use this on a daily basis to create quick models for clients. Now you all are making an exact representation of the library, is that right? So if you want to make something exact, the best way to do that is with the line tool, and you can actually start it. I haven't done this in a long time, so let's see if I can. So I can make it 10, I type in 10 feet, which would be 1, and I press enter, and it makes that. So if it's 10 feet, and I want it to go, well, that probably wouldn't be what the library is. Libraries.
Some of them,
feet.
some of them are only doing one section of the
Oh, okay.
library, so they may end up with a
Alright, so
10-foot
let's say
section.
this just make it 10 feet by, and I want it to go this way 20 feet, and I want it to go this way 30 feet, and I want it to come back here and just connect. That would be the exact representation. So if I go above it, so again, you can go under, by navigating there, you can go under, below, above, and I want to make walls. This is a new tool we haven't used yet. It's called the offset tool, and it will create a mirror image of the outside shape. And so from there, let's say the entrance is right here. If I plug up this entrance by just drawing a line there to finalize that shape on the wall there, and then take my push-pull, I can pull up now a wall that's three-dimensional. So we can enter in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, questions before I do anything else? You guys all look like really savvy, smart, bright, intelligent.
It looks like your scaling part of this project just got a lot easier.
Yeah, it's a really
Do you
easy
think?
program. I would recommend using it. It's better than drawing. I mean, this is what architects used to do with paper and rulers. Something like this.
Is there a way that you can print your final
Yeah.
design?
Yeah. So when you go to print, you'll just figure out what view you want to be in. So you want this view, and you just press print, I think, and it'll print that. So you can print from all different views. There are ways. So like, I don't know what you're drawing, but I'll show you a couple more things, and then I'll let you do your thing. But you can draw different shapes. Like, if you don't want it to be straight lines, you can make arches, for example. Like, and you can have shapes like that. You can take your up here under draw. There's a polygon, and you can set the sides. See down there, it says so if I want it to be a triangle, I just press 3, enter, and that didn't work. Anytime you make a mistake, go to edit, undo. And anytime you want to start over, messed up, just file new, and it'll take you back to your lazy there and start a new piece of paper. So again, I'm going to try this again. Go to draw, polygon, and hit 3, enter, there we go. So I can make triangles. I can do that again. Draw, polygon, and make it, I don't know, it's 10-sided. Is that something that goes on? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Almost a circle. So, if you can't think of much else to tell you at this point, I feel like if I tell you more, it'll confuse you. And be too much information. I mean, all these other tools are just self-explanatory, like erasing, erase. Measuring, you can measure things. I think I showed you most. This is move, and you could grab something and move it. Rotate. Rotate's a little more complicated. You have to actually select what you want to rotate. So I selected her, I go to rotate, and now I can move her around. But you probably won't use that tool. Any questions? No. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. We know where to find you. We can email you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's the best place to save your file?
Oh,
On your, what is it, T drive?
Put it on your student drive?
Yeah, it's your student drive. So if you go to File, Save As, My Computer, and then it's different because there's a staff person, but yours is called something else. T drive, I think.
can we save to OneDrive too, so they can access it at home?
Oh
would probably recommend Google Drive is what I was,
Okay.
I don't think that that is,
can they save on their Google Drive with that?
I'm all about Google Drive, but
I don't know.
You gotta wait for that?
I would just say system. I mean, well, I guess then they can access
Access
it
at
at home.
home and read,
Mm-hmm.
work on them there.
I mean, you could also always use a flash drive, right?
But every student has Google Drive with the Fayette County email, you guys know that, correct? So you can use your Fayette County email and password.
All right. What do we say?